Found it. Yeah, baby. I hate ground rods. Melted, bro. Got a nice panel upgrade today. Some gloves on, stay safe. Did you see a Ufer over there, dude? No. All right, let's check it out. Yeah, I don't see a Ufer in here anywhere. So we're gonna have to put 2 ground rods in, 6 feet apart. We will have to get that conduit shifted over because the new inlet to the new panel's on this side. So let's do that. Landers Electric, Steven speaking. Hey, how are you? Yes, sir. We are here. Whatever you'd like. Yeah, we can do virtual or we can do on site. All right, thank you. All right, bye-bye. Nice, dude. They're gonna do a virtual. All right, where are you at with these ground rods? You know how they are with the gas lines, dude? I think our first one should be like right where you have the roto hammer. We're 6 feet on that. Yeah, I don't want to get too close, so we're gonna go like right here, dude. Look at that bad boy. Has that saved your life, Paul?
Yeah.
Did it start to get hard, Paul?
Super hard.
Really? All right, we might have to get the jackhammer out, dude. That's good right there. Yeah, that's good. Going in good. Did you see where the cold water was clamped at? You didn't yet? Okay.
No, I just saw the wire.
Let's see if we can find it. Found it. Not even connected, bro. Not even connected. We're gonna have to hook this up for him.
Look at that noodle.
Dang, dude. Look at this. What'd you do, Paul?
Took it off.
What'd you do? Melted, bro.
It wasn't on a 2-pole.
It wasn't? Yeah, we're gonna need to get it on a 2-pole. All right, so what are you doing, Paul?
Labeling.
What are we labeling for?
Pretty much if they're already labeled on the panel, so we can match it.
And then at the end, what do we do on top of that?
Label the dead front.
Yep, label the dead front, and then we run around the house too, just to make sure. Especially these old panels, a lot of times the labels don't line up with what they say they are. So we always run around the house and just go double check when we're done to make sure. And then the other thing is, anytime now the code, if we have a black and a red sharing a neutral coming in the same Romex, the code requires a 2-pole breaker on it now. So we got to make sure we do that. I hate ground rods.
So do I. They gotta
They're the worst, dude. Let's do this cold water bond real quick. Got it. Make sure it's cleaned off. If you have paint on the pipe when you're doing the cold water bond, you want to make sure that you get all the paint off so you have a good bond from metal to metal. And an easy way to do that is if you take channel locks, don't go this way where the teeth grab it and twist it. Go backwards on it. Okay, and what that will do is it will clear off the copper, right? I don't need to do it here, but I'm just showing you. Go like this. And if you go backwards, if you go forward, it's gonna grab it. And you're gonna chance ripping the solder joints right here. Don't do that. But you can go backwards on it and that will clear off any paint that you have on there. Then you wanna make sure that the gap you have here between these two pieces is the same as the bottom. You don't want one side all smashed and the other side wide open. Nice and even on both sides. You do not want to clamp these too tight because it will pinch this copper and then you're gonna have a nice flood in the house. Take this loose real quick. That. Go up here like this and turn it in. I don't want to use the spot that it already had been clamped down on, so cut it fresh. Get some no locks on here. Inspector is definitely going to want to see a cold water bond, and regardless, even if it wasn't being inspected, super unsafe to not have this connected. Just like that. Good to go. Get all these circuits out of here. Oh, come on. There we go. Got it. Let's get some safety glasses on and some earplugs. I'll tell you what, for you younger guys out there who think that you're invincible, I've been doing this almost 20 years and I have a constant ringing in my ears now. that never goes away. So please wear your earplugs. The panel's 38.5, so we need to get it laid out on the wall. 39 the bottom of panel, right?
Yeah.
What did I say, 38.5? Right there, bro. So what I was saying was the utility company does not allow the meter to be below 48 inches. So 48's right here. I know that from center of the meter on the panel down to the bottom of the panel is 10 inches. So I don't want to go more than 10 inches down from where I know center of meter is going to be to 48. So that's why we always go to 39 inches from whatever our ground level is. You can see right here, here's the meter, 10 inches to center right there. So bottom of my panel right here, this is 48, 10 inches down to bottom of my panel. And then we're gonna have to chip out basically this whole side right here, all this. Really at this point, I don't even need to mark it out because we know where we're going. We basically need to open up both of the studs because the panel has a flange on it that needs to land right on the stud. So we go here, like that, coming down here, and then we're going across like that. And then this one should land pretty close to the top of the panel. That's perfect because our wires aren't that long coming into the top of the panel. Paul, was there extra coming into the top?
I kind of went right where it's supposed to.
It was right where it's supposed to?
Some of them have a little extra.
So some of them have a little extra Romex. We want to try and keep the top as close as we can to where the top here is. So that these Romex, you can see where they're cut open right here. So they'll actually fit back in and we don't have to put a pole can and do any splicing up here. This one's actually gonna work out perfect. For chipping the stucco, we just use this bit that we got from Home Depot and it works out perfect to give us nice straight lines. All right, so what are we doing here, Paul?
Running the ground wire up under here and strapping it.
So we go from one ground rod, right? Where's that at? That ground rod, run straight across, strap it to the wall, all the way across there, hit our second ground rod that's right there in the ground. And then we're gonna, one continuous run, right, Paul? One continuous run, poke it in the wall here. Actually, we're gonna wanna be behind the gas meter. So we need to poke it in the wall here, go across and come up into the panel. It's good, Paul. I need to get some new diagonal cutters, Paul. These things are trash, bro. It's because we use them as hammers, you know?
I know.
You know how many times I got yelled at in the comments, Paul? For using these as a hammer?
A lot.
Yeah, definitely a lot. There we go. So what I'm doing here is I want to leave the chicken wire because the stucco guy or girl is gonna need the chicken wire to grab back on and re-waterproof this thing. So I know some guys like to use like a diamond blade grinder or something to cut this clean. Problem is they're just gonna have to blow the stucco out even more so they can grab onto the chicken wire and re-waterproof the whole thing. So don't ever use a diamond blade. Last one, Paul. Last one. Can I pull it out?
Yeah.
There we go. Got it, baby. Pulling that out?
Yeah. I'm gonna pull this lower.
You gonna go lower with it?
Yeah.
Is that the one with the burn up neutral?
Uh-huh. This
Crazy,
one feeds
dude.
just that receptacle right
What's that?
This feeds just that receptacle on the outside.
Oh, okay. Oh, that dedicated right there?
They didn't tighten the neutral or the ground on the bar.
It wasn't tightened all the way down?
No, it was loose.
Look at that.
The ground, I just ripped it out.
Loose neutrals cause fires, bro. Oh, this is not gonna be fun.
Grab that piece of PVC and shove it over.
Yeah, sleeve it over the wire so we can protect it. And then, because we can't pull these back to the transformer. 2.5 to the edge.
Yeah, it just stops.
Huh?
It just stops.
Right at the bottom. Make a mark on it real quick. Quick, I said real quick. Here we go. There we go. I'm glad to see you have your bags on. That's
Wait, why
nice.
did you want the mark?
Pull it out now. I want to see how far down it goes so that we're safe. So yank it out. Set it down. Yeah, so it went below there. I feel like there's a coupling right underneath there, dude. And that's what you're hitting. But I highly doubt that that conduit will spin off.
I don't think so.
Here, watch out. You gotta take this off too. You need to make sure we rehook this up, dude. There you go. Bro, give me the big channies. If this spins, I will be so happy, dude. It's spinning lock. It's locking. Should loosen. Yeah, baby. Like right there, dude. Get on my other side. Pull a measurement on that real quick.
About 2 3/4.
2 3/4. Right there. That's where we want to be, right there. Yeah, baby. And a vacuum. Where's the vacuum? I don't want a bunch of stuff falling in the conduit. There it is. File it. Getting that 2-inch knockout. What is critically important with this, Paul?
That the metal doesn't fall.
That we make sure it doesn't drop in there and we don't pull it out, right?
Yeah.
Because I had a lineman call me. Whoa, 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 whoa. How big are you going?
2-inch.
Is that the right one?
Yeah.
All right, you got it. I'll never doubt you again. I'll never doubt you again, Paul. But yeah, right here, lineman called me and said that somebody went to knock this knockout out right there and it fell in. Well, they didn't have this cover open and it dropped in on top of the bussing over there. They flipped it over, installed it, did the whole panel, went to power it up. Boom. So always make sure you pull this out and you see it in your hand and watch it go in the trash. Let's get this in here. Tight. Are you ready, Paul?
There it is.
Hey, Paul, you can go to the gym, bro, huh?
Right there.
All right, panels in. We gotta torque everything down. Are these all gonna reach?
Hopefully.
That's it?
Yep.
Nice job. All right, so Paul's gonna strip all these back to where there's, I don't know, we usually like to go about 1 inch sticking out of the top of the panel. You don't need to go all the way up in there. And then he'll start landing everything right now. I gotta pull 2 permits. How long, Paul? Let's put you on a timer. I'm just kidding.
Be done by 11.
You'll be done by 11. Ding. All right, let's see it.
SDG
That's
need.
20, that's 32 minutes.
As long as SDG doesn't come and then move me.
You better use no locks on all your aluminum.
Yeah.
All right, you got it? That's high enough, dude. That's high enough.
No, I'm trying to get around so I
Oh.
can chop it off.
All right, I'm gonna pull those permits real quick. Did you get it all done there, Paul?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
In 20 minutes.
In 20 minutes?
Oh, fast.
20 minutes. Okay. Let's go check it out. There it is. Looks clean, Paul. Most critical thing when you do these panel upgrades right here is to make sure that you install the panel low enough so that these conductors can make it onto the lugs right there. If you go too high and these don't reach, they're gonna make you trench all the way out to wherever the transformer or the nearest handhole is. So gotta make sure you do it. It's surge protector, ground rods, cold water bond, everything's good to go. Good job, Paul.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll do all the labeling with the label maker so it all looks clean. Alrighty, good job, bro. That's it for today, guys. We got another panel upgrade done. Appreciate you watching. Have a great day.